everyone, Yensid Organist here, and welcome to another episode of OrgelCraft. I hope you guys are having a great day today. I want to get a lot of progress done on this bass today, and I know I have said that in a few previous episodes, but I am serious about making this happen this week. I want to get several of these sections done and built up and looking good so that we can move on to future projects. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to get these areas kind of built up and looking nice. This is going to be our Egyptian-themed area. Originally I had planned on a pyramid, but I don't think that's going to quite work with how this farm is situated here. But I have a couple ideas that I want to play around with. This over here is going to be half of a ship, 3/4 of a ship. So we will get to working on that. Then I want to get to our brewing station here and our super smelter. And I don't know how much we will get as far as the decor goes around those, but I do want to at least get those two systems built. And I think we're probably going to readjust the locations of them a little bit and probably extend it that way, just so we have a little bit more room to work with. But yeah, that is the plan for this episode. I have got some sandstone that I'm going to start playing around. I've been smelting some of it up over here so that I have some variation to work with. And I'm just going to get started playing around with this and see what I can come up with. So let me do a little bit of work, and I will bring you guys back when I have something to show you. So, progress has been made. This is what I have got so far. So I wanted to do something with a little bit of a pyramid, and I played with a couple of different designs, and I realized that I could do this at an angle, and I think this looks pretty good. I also went with some concrete for the walls just to kind of finish the room off. I'm not done with this by any stretch of the imagination, but this is what I have done so far, just kind of a rough outline that covers everything that we have going on behind the pyramid. And then what we have right here is we have this little entryway, which when you look at it from any side, you can't really see anything, but when you go in here, there's a dead end to this side, and then over here is the access to all of the farms, and I can turn them on and off from here. Gave myself a little bit of access down into the crawl space if I ever need to work with any of the hoppers or any of the redstone up here. I have the ability to easily hop in and do that. Now, obviously, this isn't the prettiest looking place ever, and I do still have all of the quartz exposed, which I know I said I wanted to cover it. I want to cover it from the visible parts of the base. I'm really not too fussed about these farms not being finished over here. I might come and do it later, but right now I'm fine with this. You know, what you're going to see is from out there, and, you know, that's really the most important part of all of this. One thing that I do want to do is I want to add one more little farm back here, and I want to get a cactus farm going. So let me grab a couple of things here. I got everything that I need to build this, and I'm actually probably going to need a few blocks to get it started. So this is going to be a very small design. I just need to make sure I have enough space. So let's maybe go from here. Let's see. I think this will work. Maybe one block. Let's go one block lower, and we'll go out this way. Alright, so what we're going to do is we are going to place sand. And let's see. I'm going to get hurt if I stand on top of that. Yep. Okay. Mistakes were made. Let's see here. I made this in creative. It's easy to fly around in creative. So we will do... I'll tell you what. I'm going to do a concrete block. That'll be easier to work with. So we're going to put that there. We'll go up one more layer. And then we're going to put fence posts on all four sides here. Maybe. Why can't I place that? Oh, it's probably because I'm standing on it, and fence posts are just a little higher than a block. And there we go. Okay. And then I will put sand on each of these. There we go. And then we'll do one more fence post there, right? So then I can take that out and that out, and I probably can't get in there. That's okay. So then we're going to place cactus along all of these. I'll take the damage. And then come down here, take these 2 blocks out, and place cactus on the sand there. And then when the cactus grows, it will encounter the fence post, and it will just pop off. So now what we need to do is replace this sand, because I am an idiot. Let's try that again. Where does that need to go? Let's see. Is it there? No, it's 1 higher. And you know what? We're going to place it on a concrete block so that I don't accidentally break it. All right, let's try that again. Placing that right there. Okay. Clear this stuff out of the way, and then I just need to make a little collection area. And actually, I think this sandstone is probably fine to use, but I'm going to use the cheap sandstone rather than the bigger stuff. So let's make a little collection area, try to figure out what height would be best. Probably right here. Nope, that's going to be a block too high. Whoops. All right, put that back. And then grab my sandstone, and so then we're going to put it at this level? Yeah, I think that... Oh, actually, that's going to need to be... Okay, maybe a block that doesn't break so easily. Let's try this again. Okay. Let's see. Cactus level, sand level... Level that I won't break the machine. I've lost my sand. Okay. Sand. Cactus. Okay. Alright, so completely avoiding this, I do want to build this lower, just so that everything has room to drop and flow from the bottom. So we'll just do, and I don't want to interfere with any of the machines over here, which might be a little bit of an issue. Okay, I don't think this is going to work the way I wanted to do it, just because I'm a little limited in space. My thought had been to put a water stream that would allow everything to collect in one place, and then hopefully try to funnel it actually down into the storage system directly to where we are currently storing cactus. I think what I'm going to do, since iron is no longer an issue, I think I'm just going to make a whole bunch of hoppers to put around here, and then we can just use a hopper chain to get it where it needs to go. So let me get some of those hoppers made up and in place, and I will meet you guys in just a sec. So I have got all of the hoppers in place, and if I chuck an item over there, we should see it end up in the bottom. I'm just going to test a couple of different things in different places. That should go in there, and then I have these down here as well. Let's go ahead and chuck that in. And this should go now all the way down to the cactus storage. So let's run over there and check that really quickly. Alright, so if I open this up, we should have Cod, Ender Pearl, Torch. Fantastic. Alright, now I just want to... Can we open that? I cannot open that. Alright. I would like to... No, I would not like to open the chest. I would like to try to cover this a little bit. I don't think I can put anything there, but maybe we can sneak a slab. I can't even see it from here. Well, maybe it's not that necessary. Yeah, I do see that. I would like to put a... We can sneak one there. And that will kind of disguise that. I think that's okay. I think that'll work. And then, you know what, we can do the same thing on this side. We can bring this out. We can actually even bring this down. Could bring that down all the way. Yeah, and then that gets those covered. We can still access this, and our cactus will end up there. All right, that project is done. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to finish up a little bit more with the desert room that we have going on here, the Egyptian area, I guess, as we would call it. So one of the things that I want to do is I want to vary up the texture of this pyramid a little bit. And so I've got a whole bunch of other things that we can use for that. I've got the smooth sandstone, the cut sandstone, and then some stair varieties of all of those. So let's just do a little bit with this. And I don't want to do too much. This is going to be really hard to do because I cut everything out behind it, but basically go in and, take out some blocks here and there and add some of these other variations. I'll tell you what, let's go back to using the concrete so that way I can see which blocks to remove once we do this. We can put that there. We can maybe come here and do a couple of oops, that was the wrong order. We put that there, and then we could do cut sandstone there, and another one there. So that varies those blocks up a little bit, and then if we come maybe over here, we can take out a couple of these, and then we could put stairs in like that. Oh... like that. Yeah, I feel like if I go that route, then I have to keep putting things in, and I don't know that that's the way I want to do this. All right, let's maybe rethink the stair approach. Let's see, can I do, yeah, either way, that's going to be open on the side. I'm not sure what's supposed to be, I think that is supposed to be there. Oh, yeah, and I had this issue that it opened up a hole in the floor. That's not what's supposed to be there, but we can do a little bit of variation to the sand. That looks better. Maybe what we could do is we could place the stairs like that. If we could just kind of like randomly place it, and then it breaks up the shape a little bit. I'm not really liking using the stairs on here. I did play around a little bit. I played with several designs when I was building this, and I played around with some different things with stairs, and I wasn't, I wasn't completely thrilled with it. I guess the other thing that we could try, and let's do this up a little bit higher, is we could put a block here, and then, where are my smooth stairs? Let's try this. We could do that. I think that's a reasonable option, and then it breaks up the line just a little bit, and as long as I can fill in the gaps behind it, I think that would be okay. So that's one of the things that I want to do. And then we also need to get this floor finished here. And I want to make this kind of like a little bit of an oasis. So I want to put some cactus in here, and because we have the bamboo and the sugarcane farms, I would like to have a little of both of those. One, to add just a little bit more color to this room, as it's blue and the yellow of the sand. And so maybe like a little oasis over here. So maybe, obviously, we're going to need a little bit of water for the sugarcane to stay in place. So let me play around with that a little bit more and see what I can come up with. All right, so here is what I have done. First of all, I have got our next little station built up like this. It's kind of a tight area, so we'll work with that. But it works, and it stops what we need to. So here is what I have done. So there's the variation to the blocks of the pyramid, and I think that looks pretty good. And then here's the little oasis that we have over here. So we have cactus, we've got some bamboo, we've got some sugarcane, this little pond right here, and then this palm tree. This design was inspired by Good Times with Scar. He built some of these on the Hermitcraft server. I think I need something right in there. I think I need like a spruce slab in there. But yeah, using composters as the sides of a little palm tree. I think that looks really nice. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna call this room good for now. I still need to figure out lighting options, but I need to kind of think on that a little bit more. So we will come back. And I did discover that I have the places where it is not well lit up in this base because Creeper came and blew up my entrance. Actually worked out well because I cleaned the front of this pyramid up and actually smoothed this out, and I think it actually looks better. So yeah, so I've got to go through and find any dark spaces in my base. Next project is this room. This is our Phoenician traders, and I'm planning to make this into a little bit of like a fishing boat or something. So I've got a little bit of an idea what I want to do with that. So let me get started on that, and then I will bring you guys back in a little bit. Syncing in 3, 2, 1, go. I just realized that my accent would probably not have been the best to do for this, and I think I'm doing Al Gore. I think that is what this has turned into, is me doing Al Gore. I should leave this in the video. Anyway, much progress has been made. As you see, there is a transition into the next room. I'm going to start laying down the rails as we go here. And this is what I've got so far. So this is our little nano farm room. We have our cows over here on the ship, and then our little crop farms are down in this very, very claustrophobic hold of this ship. But it works. You have complete access to it. I do need to bring my crafting bench down here, but I'm probably not done with it just yet. But yeah, so this is what we have. I've used lapis lazuli blocks as the water, because I don't want to put real water in here, because that just has the recipe for disaster. So this is what we've got so far. I went with black walls over here and a blue sky. I kind of wanted to go for like a nighttime approach. I'm not sure yet about this wall. I kind of like the cyan, but I also like the thought of having the consistency of the black all the way through. The only problem is with where the farms were and where I built this. I wouldn't be able to do this unless we cut off the end of the boat here, which I already did, hence why this is running through there. So I tell you what, leave that for now. Let me know in the comment if you like the cyan or if you think I should turn it to black over here, and then we'll have to figure out what to do in the corner over there. But we will leave that for right now. But I do want to finish up the ship here because I want to put a sail on it. There's our station. We'll go test that in just a second, but that's got that all set. So what I'd like to do here is just a very, very basic sail. And I think how I want to do it is I want to come, let's maybe go here. And I don't have a ton of height to work with. And maybe we will take it all the way up to the ceiling. Yeah, you know what? I think that's okay. And then let's just take a little bit of white wool. And I might not put the wool all the way up to the top, but then let's spread it out this way. And I know a ship that's docked probably would not have its sail out, but we're going for you know, we're going for the aesthetic rather than, you know, accuracy here. Let's see. So maybe let's bring that out at the bottom, and then maybe let's add a little bit of definition to it. Now, can I open this chest? I cannot, so that's a problem. I have to be able to access that chest. What if we do like maybe this? We can tuck that under there and put that out there. Well, now it looks like the ship is just sailing into port. But we can still open that. I guess maybe... What happens if we take the front of it off? How does that look? It looks okay. I wonder if I could rearrange the setup of this. Let's take a look at that real quick. Maybe, if I can actually climb down the ladder. So... we have this composter that leads into there, but I bet that if we came over here, I can't get through there. I could probably move the composter here and just add another hopper. I don't think that would interfere with anything, and then I could move that back one. Yeah, so let me do that. I'll do that off camera in just a second here. But yeah, I think we'll do that, and then we can put that on there, and I think that looks okay for a sail. It's very simple. We're not going for anything too crazy here. I guess if I am going to do that, I should take out the wool behind it. There we go. And we will do that, and then one other thing I want to do is I want to have, let's see, a little bit of something to brace it. So let me grab... this. Let's make some sticks. Oh, no. I didn't do that right. Alright, that's alright. I can use those. And dark oak fence. Let's make a few of those. And then we will put this coming out here. And out there. And I think that is good. The other problem is it has kind of blocked my ability to get around the ship easily. If we take that off, how does that look? Yeah, I think that I think that definitely needs to come out on the side there. I guess another alternative would be we could just have the sail in its down position. Maybe that's the way to go. Let's try that real quick. So... because it would probably lower its sail. Would it be up at the top? I don't know. For a ship this size, if you would raise the sail from the bottom, we could just do that. Take that off, maybe? It's so hard to work on such a small scale like this. I think I like the idea of having the sail up. So yeah, I think we'll go back to what we had originally. We'll go with that right now. I might change my mind and do something else with it later, but for now, this is what we're gonna go with. So yeah, something doesn't look right. Oop, forgot one. I'm stuck. There we go. Right, and then we'll fill that in, but I've got to move all of that, so that will be good. I might leave this chest here. I don't really need it for anything, but it's never a bad idea to have some spare storage. Yeah, now that I take a look at this from back here, I think that's going to be all right. So, yeah. So I think we will call that good for this room, obviously once I get those moved around. So the next thing, I'm realizing that, unfortunately, I'm not getting to the potion brewing station because I haven't even designed it yet, and I am running a little short on time to get this episode finished. But I do want to get the super smelter because I need to be using that. Apparently it's raining outside. Yes, so let me get some materials together for that. And while I do that, I'm going to show you a little bit of the work that I did in the village on this week's live stream. So let's go check that out. So for the last, I think 3 weeks or so, I have been streaming on Wednesday nights from 9:30 to 10:30 Eastern, and just doing various different projects around the world. So the first one, I was working on the iron farm that we made a few episodes ago. Let's see here. I don't want those. And then did some end busting, and this past week, I have been making some improvements to the village, basically just cleaning things up and making everything look a little bit nicer. You will notice some patches of carpet on the ground. You will also notice that the torch spam is greatly reduced. There is still some around the village, but I've been going around really trying to clean up a lot of things, doing just little things to make things better. Like wherever I had these spruce slabs, there was dirt underneath. Well, now there's spruce wood underneath, so you have that continuity all the way down. As I said, I've been doing a lot with lighting for all of the little crop planters here. I came up with these trellises that we have. I've been working a little bit on some retaining walls for in here, so that we could have that continuity of the spruce wood going down. So we've got a little bit of retaining wall there and there. And yeah, so just little things like that. And I'm not done. I've got a lot of work to do. I've taken down these hills over here. I have worked on this pond. I really am not a fan of the really varied texture in the water that you get. Like, if we go over here, you see the sand and the gravel and the dirt, and I like there to be a little bit more consistency. So I took this pond, and where there was sand naturally, I left it. But then where it was just kind of like splotches in the middle, I cleaned it up, replaced it with dirt, and then added a little bit of life to it. So did some I think that's seagrass in there, and brought a whole bunch of tropical fish over just to make this place look a little bit nicer. And I'm not sure why they're all clumped in one area, not really moving around, but yeah. Anyway, that's what we've got going on there. The biggest thing that we worked on in the stream, though, was the entrance to the mine. I didn't quite get it finished on camera, but we worked through cleaning this out, and with the help of people watching, we were able to come up with this design for the walls leading down in. And so I got a number of these little sections built, but I got it finished after the stream. And so now we have a very nice, clean-looking entrance into our mine. It feels very steep coming through here, but much improved from the rough dirt and stone walls. Now, of course, when I got down here, I gave up, but just did a little bit of cleaning up in here so that now we have a much nicer entrance to our mine. And I really wanted to make some improvements to this area, and I'm going to keep working on that. Yeah, and of course, as we come around, how it looks without the torches all over the place. And like I said, obviously there's still a lot of work to be done. Over here you can see I haven't quite gotten over here yet, but it's much improved. Yeah, so if you are free on Wednesday nights, I am live streaming, and I'm going to try to keep this a fairly regular thing, and we'll do various different projects from week to week. It's probably not going to be anything major, but come hang out, and depending on what projects we're working on, you can contribute to what's going on, and and kind of give your suggestions, and we can work together to build some things. So I should have all of my materials together now, so let's jump back over and build that super smelter. Okay, so here is what I am kind of thinking for how we're going to lay all of this out. I got that fixed, by the way, and it is all working now, as is the rail coming through here, which is very nice. So my thought is that we will come out here and basically make a sharp turn and go along here at an angle. This will be our potion brewing setup in here, and then we'll come through and our super smelter will be over here. Now, ideally, I want to have a 32 furnace smelter, and I should have enough to do that. I don't need all of those. And I thought 32 was a good number. So my thought is to do basically 2 rows of this here, and then two columns vertically. So we would go, let's see, I don't know if I want the output quite right there. So let's take 1, and let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How far does that bring us over? I think we could probably bring that even 1 more this way. Okay. So then from there, where's my blocks here, just so that I can get around a little bit faster? So then from there, we would place our furnaces, and we would do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So that's the furnaces and the output. And then if we go along the back, this will be our input for fuel. Okay, and then going along the top will be our input for whatever materials we are smelting. And then, along the top of that, we need to put rails because we're going to have mine carts coming through. Now, if I do this... Okay, yeah, that'll be fine as long as we don't do it right there. Not a big deal. Okay. We just have to make sure that we extend it so that we can have 2 separate lines, and I'll do my andesite off the end. And like that, and whoops, and then we can do this line down here. It used to be that you had to build these in a certain order, because otherwise the tracks would connect like this, and now they have changed the mechanics of rails, so we can place this however we want. Okay. So then, the next thing that we would need to do is basically place another row on top of this. So let's see if we can do, let's do this. I need to go 1 higher. There we go. And then we would run our next set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, into there. And that will be the next output. And then we will put... Let me break this a second. And then we'll put our next row of furnaces along here. And then our inputs on top. We still have enough room to save a little bit of floor space above. But enough room that we could do a double stack. And this will I'm probably going to cover most of this. I don't know that you're going to need to see it, but this gives us the room to be able to run our mine carts along there to distribute all the items to be smelted and to distribute the fuel. And then what I will do is I will duplicate this on the back. And I realize, actually, now that I think about it, my intention had been to leave a 1-block gap so that I could cover the quartz, but if I block it off so you can't see it, I don't need to do that. So I might actually be able to bring this whole setup 1 block farther back, which might give us a little bit more room. I think it's probably okay. So let me go ahead and get the rest of this built, and I'll bring you guys back in just a minute. After a lot of tweaking, here is the super smelter. Should be all ready to go. I have tested the hopper chains and everything funnels down to this chest. I have tested the 2 mine carts, which are going to input our items, and they run smoothly all the way to the top and back. I do need to change the input so that we can do this with 1 lever or button or something, but for the sake of time, I'm just operating with 2. So we are going to give this a test. So this is our input chest, and this is, they're both input. This is our fuel chest, and this is our item chest. So we're going to go ahead and send that on its way. Give that a second, and then we will send this on its way, and we should see a whole bunch of furnaces light up. Okay, those last two did not light up. And is that because we ran out of fuel, or is that for another reason? I guess we will find out in a second here. Ah, it is because we ran out of fuel. How much do we have? Oh, those are... okay. So... that I can live with if we just didn't have enough fuel. I can't quite see over there. Make sure... uh-oh. Whoa. I'm stuck. I'm stuck, and I'm being attacked by an endermite. Yee. Go away. And my cart is stuck. Okay. Why is the cart stuck? I think because of this hopper chain here. Okay. That is all fixable. Yeah, but it looks like all of the furnaces are working. So, yeah, so I think we're good to go. Like I said, it needs some tweaks, it needs to be cleaned up. I can do a little bit of that between episodes, just do a little bit more troubleshooting and get this all squared away. So I think that is going to do it for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you did, please be sure to give it a like and share it with your friends. If you haven't already, I would encourage you to subscribe and make sure you click that little notification bell so you can stay up to date on all my latest posts. Be sure to follow me on social media. All those links are down in the description. Thanks for watching. See you real soon.